Hi, it's Kay. Welcome to my build for Hop and Spider's Necromancer. The boss killing power is good, and the mapping speed is not bad.
I need more mana.
However, it doesn't have strong defenses, and the summoning mechanic can be tricky in endgame boss fights. I'll start with a showcase, and then go over the passives, Ascendancy and Pantheon, and the gear including gems and links. To start mapping, cast Desecrate, hold Divine Ire, and use the Writhing Jar Flask. Divine Ire's charging aura instantly kill the worms, which will spawn the spiders and 2 sentinels. While running through the map, some monsters will die from the spider's poison. This counts as a player kill and will spawn more sentinels and spiders. However, for endgame boss fights, I weapon swap to Victorious Charity and Holy Flame Totem to get frenzy charges. And also resummon my sentinels with Divine Ire and Worms.
With your death,
I need more
this
mana.
nightmare finally ends. I'm better. Let me out. Please let me out. Fury of the cosmos.
I need more mana.
The Maven fight is actually really difficult using the wrong summoning method, so you will see that I finished the fight with only 2 sentinels. The passive tree is almost the same as the Spectres and Spiders build. There are two sets of cluster jaws. The large jaws are minion damage with 8 points and 3 notables, which are Feasting Fiends, Rotten Claws, and Call to the Slaughter, but Call is not allocated. The medium jaws are minion damage while affected by a herald. The notables are Disciples and Cult Leader. There are 3 small jaws with Surging Vitality and 1 with Enduring Composure to generate endurance charges. In a 4-jaw socket, I use Ghastly Eye jaws to increase life and minion damage. For the ascendancies, I used Commander of Darkness, Unnatural Strength, and Mistress of Sacrifice. The most important pantheon is Rislatha for the Minor Soul. The Life Flask recharge will refill the Writhing Jar. Here's an overview of the gear including gems and links. The body armor needs Warlord Influence to get +1 to active skill gems. Note that I also have life recovery, but it's not necessary. The gems are Herald of Purity, Multi-Strike, Brutality, Predator, Minion Damage, and Impale. The helmet has the +1 Sentinel enchant, and I crafted it with a red essence. The gems are Generosity, Divergent Dread Banner, Flesh and Stone, and Maim. Flesh and Stone is set to Blood Stance. For mapping, I used the +2 Scepter with Trigger a Socketed spell. The gems are Desecrate, Anomalous Bone Offering, and Summon Skeletons. And Arakaali's Fang with Awakened Melee Physical Damage, Awakened Melee Splash, and Minion Speed. For the boss killing weapon swap, I used the +2 Convoking Wand with Trigger a Socketed spell. The gems are Desecrate, Divergent Flesh Offering, and Summon Skeletons. And a Victorious Charity with Holy Flame Totem, Multi-Totems, and Cunning Strike. For the gloves, I wanted Vulnerability Corruption to save a gem socket and a Rampage to help with clearing. Wormsign isn't the best option, but it was cheap, and I generate endurance charges with a cluster jaw. The gems are Divine Ire, Second Wind, Dash, and Desecrate. I used +2 boots, which I got from Delve. This helped boost my Carrion Golem to level 30. The gems are Carrion Golem, Feeding Frenzy, Awakened Melee Physical Damage, and Empower. The amulet has Hunter and Warlord Influence to get +1 Fist and +1 Strength. The anointment is Ravenous Horde using 1 Verdant and 2 Opalescent Oils. Both rings are Circle of Guild with reduced mana reserve and increased damage for the Sentinels. The Stygian Vice has a Ghastly Eye Jewel with Minion Taunt and Minion Blind. Lastly, the flasks are a Life Flask with Staunching for bleed removal, Quartz for phasing, Quicksilver for speed boost, and 2 Rising Jars. Overall, the Sentinels of Purity completely melt bosses. But if anything goes wrong, it can be difficult to resummon them. A big thank you to my patrons! Your support is greatly appreciated. And a special thank you to Umit, who helped me with getting the Sentinel for the thumbnail. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, bye!